In the previous video, you saw our HAProxy working fine and everything is okay with this file. But I think you can guess something is wrong here, because we are repeating ourselves. If you look at the configuration, you see this mode is repeated in the front end and back end. Also, if we have another front end section, we should repeat this mode, also this timeout. Or if we have another backend section, we should repeat all of this configuration: mode, timeout, timeout, timeout. I think you guess there should be a way to avoid this repeating. There are concepts: dry, don't repeat yourself. Yes, there is, and you can use it. I mean, you can have a section here, we called it default, and in the default section we say your mode is TCP and your timeout is 30 seconds, and all front end section and all back end section would use this configuration if this is not represented in its section. So let's go on and look it at the configuration. As I said, you can clone all this configuration from my repository, it is my repository, and here it is. I will bring the address in the video description. I already cloned it, and in the third file you can see I use the default section. So here is the old configuration, here is my old configuration. I used mode and timeout in each section, but here you can see I have default section, bring alt configuration here, and that's it. It is not required to mention in all section what is your mode, what is the timeout, what is the timeout connect, what is the timeout client. Let's go and test it. If I run HAProxy with third file, I have a typo here, and this is in my defaults. You can see from the beginning it said unknown word default because I missed S on it. It's it, and if I run it with And if I run it with the new configuration, there is no error here, and we can test it again. It's working and everything is fine. There would be lots of configuration in the default section, but in this video I just want to say what is the default section and what would use it for. But here, if I, for example, I have a default client here which is 30. If I replace it with 50 in the front end section, this front end, I mean my app front end, timeout client would be 50, and other, for example, this other front end, this is my back end. If I have another front end section, it will use this configuration. All front end section will use their timeout client if it is represented, but if it is not represented in the front end section, it will go and use timeout client in the default section. That's it.